the Real Estate U podcast with Lettiann.
Hi there, Lettiann here. Welcome to Real Estate U with Lettiann, and I am honored today to have my friend Bobbie Irvin on with me to talk about so many things. Welcome, Bobbie.
Thank you, Lettiann. Good to be here.
So glad to have
KC.
you. What's that?
I said, hello, KC.
Hello, Kansas City. Yes, and beyond. Kansas City and beyond is watching today.
Yes.
So a little bit about Bobbie. Bobbie is a retired police officer. Bobbie was a police officer here in Kansas City for 26 years, retired at the early age of 50. He is living the life now in Florida on his boat. I wish we had a picture of you on your boat, but we're going to send people places to...
We'll work on that. Yeah,
we'll work on that. Bobbie is a published author, so many things, and a Marine. So happy Marine Corps birthday today. Today's on the day we're filming is the Marine.
Hey,
yeah,
happy birthday! Yeah. All my devil dogs out there. Love you guys.
Awesome. And thank you for your service on the cusp. It's the eve of Veterans Day as well. Tomorrow's Veterans Day.
That's right.
So much to celebrate.
So much.
Yeah, so much to celebrate. So happy birthday. And let's dive in first to, you are a Kansas City native. You grew up right here in Kansas City. And what happened in your life that directed you towards entering into the military?
Well, I grew up in the inner city of Kansas City, right off of 50th and Prospect, just east of there. And I was trying to figure out what I wanted to do in life. I was starting to make some bad decisions.
What bad decisions?
All right. Well, let's go there.
Candid. Yep. Let's go there, Bobbie. Come on. Let's
go there. Let's do this.
Let's do it.
Well, there was a time when I was getting into the drugs. I was stealing cars, skipping school. Just starting to do all kinds of weird stuff. And my nucleus of friends, I started to see that they were also going in the wrong direction, and I just didn't like what I was seeing and what I was experiencing. I was like, there's got to be something better than this. And I really didn't prepare myself for college or trade school or anything like that. So I decided I would go to the Marine Corps. Why I wanted to go to the most difficult boot camp there is to go to, I don't know. I wanted to challenge myself. And so I made a decision. I said, if I was going to survive this world, I need to get out of the one that I'm in now. So in June of '85, I made that choice to go, and it was one of the best decisions I had ever made in my life.
Did you graduate high school?
I did. Yeah, graduated high school. And it was like just a couple of days later, I was on the plane headed to San Diego.
And not to hang out at the beach, probably, right?
Not to go hang out at the beach. Only beach I did see during boot camp was a 3-mile boot run. And it was the first time I had really seen the ocean. And I was so caught up on that moment, I barely remember the run. It was one of the most beautiful things I'd ever seen.
So tell us I
told myself I wanted more of that.
You wanted more of the ocean? Oh, and then now you're living at the ocean.
Well, yeah. I was just saying, the feeling I had never felt like that before. Seeing the waves and the seagulls and the sand and everything. And I felt like, man, this is living. I said, I want to experience more of this. And so I knew then I was in a good place, and I knew I was headed in the right direction.
So your experience in the military, how did that help you? Because it sounds like you were in a life transformation, leaving the only city you knew, heading to the coast, not knowing anyone, but you've embarked on the Marine Corps. Now you're in it, And what experiences did you find there?
Well, I felt the experiences I saw there. I realized that there were other people that were in the Marine Corps looking for the same thing I was looking for purpose, looking for life meaning, wanting to do something positive in their life. And that motivated me to really look forward to making some achievements in my life. And so also traveling, I had a chance to go to different countries. And, I grew up rather poor. I mean, we were on welfare and all the other social services we used, and government subsidies, if you will. And, I know what it's like to not have electricity, to be without heat and things like that. I thought I was poor, but I went to the Philippines, and I experienced poverty like I had never experienced. Open sewers, the houses, were just made of just cardboard, and everyone had dirt floors, and I said after that, after seeing that, I said, you know what, I am never going to complain about anything ever again. And that really it was life changing for me. I mean, I had never seen poverty at that level, so made me appreciate a lot of things that I didn't appreciate at the time. So it was good. The military, showed me how to be disciplined in what I do, how to go beyond what's inside of me to achieve something in the physical level, because I had never, when I joined the Marine Corps, I wasn't into weightlifting or running or any of that. And so I wasn't even prepared when I went to boot camp. So there were some things, there was times when I felt like I wanted to quit, but I couldn't. I had to reach deep inside myself, and the Marine Corps taught me how to do that. It's pretty amazing.
How did your parents feel about you entering into the Marines?
Well, I come from a family of 8 siblings, and I was the first one to ever go to the military. My dad was in the Navy. He was a Navy Seabee. So of all the siblings, I was the first one. But, he was proud that I was doing it. He wasn't the kind of guy that kind of set you down and said, son, I want you to know I'm, really proud of you. But I knew I could look in his eyes and the way he looked at me, that he was proud of me. And my mom, she was a little apprehensive at first. She didn't want to see her boy going away and leaving the city, and didn't know what to really expect once I got into the military, and so she was going to miss her son, and I understood that, but she was very happy that I was trying to do something positive with my life.
That's great. So you had the support. And how long were you in the Corps?
4 years. Yeah,
okay.
4 years. 85 to 89. And then I got out about 6 months before Desert Storm broke out. They called a couple of the guys back in that I knew that got out with me, but for whatever reason, they didn't call me. I don't know. They were single, and so I think maybe they called them first because of that. I was married at the time, so, but I wasn't going to call them up and say, hey, you forgot somebody, So I said, hey, I'll be here. I'm going to be here if you need me, but I'm not going to call you.
So you came back to Kansas City in 89, and is that right? You came back home?
Came back in the summer of 89, and Desert Storm broke out in that was January 90. Yeah, so, well, let me back up a little bit, because to kind of tell you about how I ended up back in Kansas City. Because when I left in 85, I vowed never to return. I said, I am not coming back to Kansas City. As far as I was concerned, there was nothing there other than family. I said, I can always come visit. And, all the experiences that I had in Kansas City. A lot of them were negative, so I just felt like I just didn't want to be a part of that anymore. And little did I know that was my destiny to return to Kansas City, because I was at the end of my enlistment, and I applied with the California Highway Patrol, and their processing took rather long. So I was kind of running out of time, and I was starting a new family, and I felt like I need a job. So I called my mom. I said, "Hey, do you know anyone that's hiring?" She said, "Yeah, the police department's hiring." I said, I'll be there in a week. I'll see you in a week. So loaded up the U-Haul, my little baby and wife, and we came back to Kansas City, and did 26 years. Stayed, hung out, did it. But I tell you what, Kansas City's one of the, and I've been to a lot of cities. Kansas City is probably one of the best cities in this country. Really.
The city, is so glad you came back and made a difference. So in those 4 years that you were gone, almost 5, what did you notice when you came back? Because you probably remember the way it was when you left, but now you have an opportunity to be a police officer. That's like completely the other end of the spectrum.
Right.
What did you notice?
I would visit Kansas City, and I would keep in contact with family and friends there. And it was about, I want to say 87. And, I was getting these reports about crack cocaine, and how it was coming into the inner city and changing things. And, by the time I moved back, the crack had just taken over. I mean, just literally taken over. The gangs, the Bloods and Crips, they're out fighting and doing their thing, and I could literally see a difference in how the neighborhood was. It was crazy. A lot of chaos. A lot of the guys that I was growing up with were now lost, if you will, in the jungle of life, and some of them were gang banging, some of them were selling drugs, in all kinds of crimes, and so we were in a lot of distress, and it was weird, because here I was trying to be a police officer, and all this was going on, and people around me, family and friends from the neighborhood, they all knew that I was there to be a police officer. And ironically, I ended up being a police officer, a patrol officer, in the neighborhood that I grew up in for 7 years.
That was by chance.
That was by chance. Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
Did your friends hide from you when they saw you coming?
Well, it was crazy. I would get called to friends' houses. I got called to my parents' house several times. I'll be cruising around, and I hear my address come out, my parents' address, and I'm like, man, Dad's at it again. So I get on the air and, hey, hold me out to 4945 Agnes, and I'll go handle what was going on there. So I was at shootings, people that I knew, homicides. The whole gamut. I mean, domestic violence, foot chases, car chases, people I knew, it was crazy. Yeah, it's all in the book. I write about that in the book. So it was, there was a lot. There you go. There was a lot of challenges. Growing up in the neighborhood, and then being a police officer in that same neighborhood. You can imagine the dynamics. Some people love the fact that I was in my own neighborhood, watching after them. Others, of course, they thought I was a sellout, and Uncle Tom, and I heard it all. I was most concerned about how people would react knowing that I'm a police officer and my family still there in the neighborhood. For a while, I was, concerned that there might be some retaliation of some sort. But that never happened. That never happened. It turned out, over the years, I was told that, although I was doing the job I was doing, they respected that. And they knew that I was a fair officer. I wasn't just out there messing with people. If I was in contact with you, I treated you with the utmost respect. And, we try to work things out. Sometimes you couldn't. Sometimes, you had to take somebody to jail. But I got the reputation there in the neighborhood as being a very fair officer, and people admired the fact that I was able to get out of the hood and come back and be a patrol officer. So
it's such a great story, a hometown hero story, and we've been friends for decades. And
oh wow, yeah.
And you're just like the most incredible friend, and you have the best energy. And again, I'm speaking with Bobbie Irvin. I call him Big Bobby because his son is named Little Bobby. But
there's a Little Bobby.
Little Bobby.
Well, he's bigger than I am. He's bigger than I am now.
Yeah. But we have just a few minutes left, and I'm hopeful you'll come back to finish your story, and we can talk more about the book.
I would love to.
And where people can connect with you, because you're probably really touching the hearts of a lot of folks right now, not only in the Kansas City area, but all around the country and around the globe even. How hard would that be to come back and be placed right in your neighborhood? To me, that would be kind of good and kind of bad, but
sure.
But you started a program called Kids and Cops Adventure Club. In just the 3 minutes we have left, can you tell us why you started that program and where it is today?
Well, you gotta forgive me on the dates here, but it was about 2003. The police department was focusing on community-related activities, trying to get officers to do more in the community. And a great Major Whipple, she's retired, came to us and said, "Hey, could you officers kind of brainstorm an idea that we could communicate and do some things with the youth here in South Kansas City?" So I immediately thought, man, wouldn't it be awesome if we can get a group of kids together and just take them fishing for one day?
And you love to fish.
Because that was, I love to fish. I love to fish. I love the outdoors. And the guys I worked with, James Vaca and Mark Porter, they jumped right in. They were like, "Yeah, let's do this. This would be great." So we organized this group, and we had police officers volunteering and all kinds of civic leaders volunteering their time. And we formed this club called the Kids and Cops Adventure Club. So the whole premise was we get the kids from single parent, low income families and introduce them to all kinds of outdoor activities. So we would take them horseback riding. We got into archery. Like I said, fishing. We go different places fishing, and the Department of Conservation got involved, and Parks and Recreation. We had all kinds of rods and reels and equipment donated to us, transportation, and all that. And it got so popular that over the years, every school district would try to get us to start this program. Well, it grew faster than what we could keep up with, and we ended up having to get our non-for-profit status and everything. And ideally, I wanted to expand it to all the police police departments around in the area. And then I was really focused on trying to get this thing nationwide. I thought if we could bring this program, kind of like the POW program, the Police Athletic League.
So let's just for the sake of time, and I'm grateful that you're going to come back, but let's fast forward. Is that group still in motion?
No, we had to disband. Yeah, we had to disband. It was.
But
long story short, it was.
Yeah, The lives you touched,
Well, yeah.
and all the others, and I'm sure people still are talking about it to this day.
Well, absolutely. I'm still in contact with the kids that were involved in it. I mean, they're grown now and have kids of their own. But yeah, we touched a lot of lives, and the kids really appreciated the fact that we took the time out to get involved in their lives, because we not only just took them places, but we had them do some volunteer work in the community. So we would go to the recycling place and help them out. We'll go to different kind of services.
Lots of opportunities for them.
Well, yeah.
Indeed.
We just made sure that they had to basically earn the trips that we made for them, and part of that was getting them out in the community and volunteering. We would just do all kinds of things to help with the community. So there you go.
Just want to say I am talking with Bobbie Irvin today, author, I would say retired police officer, and a Marine Corps veteran. If you want to know more about his life, if you're interested in this story, you can read more about his story in his book, Failure to Comply. You can go to failureToComply.com or Amazon.com and order a copy today. We're going to have Bobbie back, but we want to thank you for watching Real Estate U with Lettiann. We hope you found some valuable content. Please follow us on all of our socials, and we look forward to seeing you again soon.